and welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers and this is Techtonica. In the last episode I was having trouble getting cubes. It wasn't cubes I had the trouble with, it was the resources to make the cubes. However, we have 100, so another 7,900 to go. But I'm going to give you a tour of some of the changes. As you can see, I've solved the power problem. Yes. And that was easy, because all we needed to do was get mech up and running again. And we're outputting sand, which is good news, because so we're getting sand out and we've got enough, making enough electricity that keeps everything going, so I can AFK for a while now. So with that in mind, Archive and Sierra, I don't think I've made any changes to Archive, it's just going. As for Sierra, I did make a couple of changes, because I wanted to make sure that we had enough scrap. I need to upgrade these belts, is what I need to do. So let's do that then. Oh no, that's not what I want. Oh, flaming heck. Where are they? There they are. Okay. Alright, let's try and do that properly now. See, the problem... Oh no. That's even worse. That's better. There. So, as you can see, I have upped production. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. We're all back up and running again. Good news. So yeah. So I've increased that. And then as for the other area, which is up here and around here. Again, I've had to move this forward a bit. There. I don't know why that wasn't. It was mostly. But yeah. So we've increased that. How are carbon bricks doing? They're going. That's a cool down. Is it actually doing anything? anything? We'll watch the output, because that doesn't look like it's hitting anything. Oh no, it is. Fair enough. And then that one's doing that. And producing. So they're producing stuff. So yeah. But I haven't powered them on, and as you can see, we're keeping all of this lit up. So that's all good. What else have we done? Obviously, freight has some cubes being made. But obviously they're not the quickest. So there's that. What I can do is all of that scrap that I picked up. There it is. Dump that in there. So that's all good. Barracks is a bit of a mess, I'll be honest. I was looking at rebuilding, excuse me, how we processed the stems. And due to changes I'd made in so first things first, let's come up here. I've got overflow. For the gel, so that's not being backed up anymore. It looks like, well, we're massively backed up on stems, but that's fine. Oh, that one's not, but that one is. Okay. So, yeah. And then they're coming down here. They're backed up here as well. So they're just constantly processing. Now it might be I need to set up another instance, but we're starting to get a bit stuck. So these are producing bricks, which are going up and helping partially make more explosives to deal with the carbon. But all of the outputs, oh, they're not. They're not. They're not keeping up. Oh, because the carbon's not emptying quick enough. Interesting. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So we need to sort that out. I do wonder whether we just need to stick it into containers and have it shipped out that way. So yeah, so that's that. And then yeah, we've got the two. I've stripped down all of this, but we've got the plant matter bricks going in. Is this still emptying? No, there's still plenty in there, so that's fine. So that's freight. No, that's barracks. If we head to foundry, which is where I kind of took the design from, this now just passes straight through. They're not processing. Does that mean they are empty? Good news. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. There we go. But like I said, so I've got this smelting stack here. That produces the carbon, and that goes off to here. And again, I am loading it into containers, and then that's being loaded into the two to make the bricks. I did set up a little mini instance here, and that's processing. So yeah, it is going. Obviously, this gets sent up to freight, I think it is, but it's also being put into this container here. So this will eventually fill up. This will fill up soon. But it's sending the bricks up. And then that's kind of it until we get to Victor. So, and what you should see is if everything is still going well, they are all working. Oh, no. It's the seismite bricks. Interesting. So I have been tweaking how many of these are actually on towards like the end. But they are all run. Obviously these ones aren't plugged in. But there's obviously less down here than the others. These ones are thirsty monkeys. But we are producing, and we have 2 ready to go. But it does look like a mixture of these aren't being produced quick enough. Which looks like it could be down to not getting enough out. But if we part of it might be that we're not getting enough bombs charges to see. That's only outputting 3, but I'm not getting a full stack in. See, that's only producing 1. Yeah, so that's the problem, because we're not getting a full stack. We're not getting a full loadout. And that's taking so I think that's only producing 4. But yeah. So that's a bit of a problem, because it means that we're not producing enough of the cubes, of the frames rather. I mean, it looks like we're just keeping up, but it does look like the sesamoite ingots are also a problem. But that will be, part of that will be the fact that the setup on barracks isn't producing as much as it needs to because of the carbon backup. And then you've also got you'll get a few more now come through because of the fact that I've took some of the stems down to took them to the foundry, and they're processing there, and they're not getting backed up, they are just getting processed, so there is no backup. So yeah, I mean, part of me wonders whether I need to actually set up a little offshoot of the stems so that I can go in, collect them, or maybe even just look at getting them sent up to foundry and processed that way. But then I don't know, maybe. So yeah, so that's my setup. Like I said, they're mostly all running. We're kind of just keeping up with the ingots. And yeah, like I said, we've got 100, so they'll produce, and we'll do what we can. But a lot of it's going to be a waiting game now. So this episode's going to be shorter because I'm just running through the changes I've made since the last episode, and that's been a week. We've got enough carbon frames, so that's all good. But yeah, we are backing up, running low on the sesamoite ingots. That's part of it, but the other part is the frames. Now it could be, I think I've got steel, haven't I, coming in? I wonder on X-ray, was I sent? I wasn't I? Those are steel, I'm sure. Yes. Yes. Okay. If we change that, what is a X-ray as research? Yeah, we're not producing any research, so I'm going to change that to 2. That will then send them. And if I have a look, yeah, we got loads, and they're still being produced, so that's fine. So we can, provided we can find, what's this one here? In fact, I'm probably better off sesamoite powder. Okay, have I got a spare output I can use? I do. One of those, And I need to set that to iron slabs. I then need one of these. Right, so now are they coming? No. Why not? Ah, that's why. There you go. Now that gives us a constant supply of iron slabs, which hopefully will keep these full and producing, and this will just fill up, and that should solve our iron frame problem. There we go, backed up, and then that'll do its thing and back up as well. And then we don't have to sort out that, that's fine. That just does its thing. Lovely, lovely. And we should start seeing more of those get produced. So that'll then start backing up. And then we'll need to look back at sesamoite cubes. Sesamoite ingots. But yeah. So, yeah. We're going to go down to weekly episodes. So hopefully that should allow me to, I don't know, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is just standing around here waiting for this to go, looking at where I've got pain points such as the sesamoite ingots, and potentially turning, you know, a branch off here and there to let it back up and catch up. Obviously, fingers crossed, I need to look at the sesamoite ingot production and whether we just take off the sesamoite stems as a way to alleviate the production, because what I don't want to do is take too many so that then there's no production up there. But hopefully So I can already see one branch is full. So it's not going down there, it's filtering it off to the others. Obviously the one over the far right, sorry, is the longest one, so it's going to take longer for that one to back up anyway. But we'll see. I can see this starting to back up down here. Which is good. It takes 16. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so this is kind of what I do. I sit here, I let it run until it stops running, and then I go and look at where the problems are. But yeah, the Sesmite's the big one. And then I take these and I ship them up to unknown. Do I really need this coming over here? You've produced all. One thing I can do for these, because that's why they're coming over here. If I go to Lima, I believe yep. And effectively I then bring that up and dump all of the iron ingots into this chest here. Excuse me. Like so. And then that starts producing cubes, frames, and then they're reinforced, and then they're also sent over. So, yeah, it's about to produce another one. Take us up to 4. And I need to go and look at Sesmite. So yeah. So we'll see what happens between now and next week. Probably not a lot. Barracks. But yeah, it's just going to be a long old trudge, really. You haven't got any. Why have you not got any? Oh, because it's caught back up. Yeah. 66, 3. So if I take half from there and put them in there. Yeah. But we've still got the problem with the carbon down here. No. I mean, it's processing. That one's not. Well, it is. As is that one. But carbon is a problem. And I don't know how I solve that problem. Because these aren't producing quick enough. Which means they're not. So, I mean, I can do that. There. Yeah, see, that's keeping up, but this one isn't. Right, I'm going to say thank you very much for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so no new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.